Welcome again to TPM software. On the last tutorial we used the help desk to raise a job for Mrs. Mary Brown, and we raised a work line for one of our internal workmen to go and check the job at 16 Hawkhill Place. The workman went out. We would go into job costing. He inspected the damage to the washing machine and decided a plumber was required. So we'll just type that in, and we had the request, plumbing fault, sent one of our men out, and he decided that a plumber was required to inspect this washing machine. There we go. That's what and his inspection date was the 7th of the 11th of the 10th, and he started that job at 10 o'clock. And we're going to say that the actual job was a low priority as far as we were concerned, and it was a priority C. And we will save that by pressing F9 on the keyboard. And that's the inspection report entered. Now what would happen from here is we'd update the works details, because we're into work order. There's just the instruction to the contractor but no work details. We could type in our own if it was a more detailed report needed, but if it wasn't, we'd just simply click on update work details. Now we get into work details. It's now put it into work details. As I said, you can put your own description in if it's a bit more detailed, but we'll just use that at the moment for the tutorial. So we can actually email a contractor this actual job now. So we click on email, and we'll wait for our internal email agent to come through. And there we go. That's the cow reports there, and it's got 16 Hawkhill Place. It's works order, and it's picked that up, number 1. If we look at the cow report just very quickly, we'll just open it there. You'll know that that's what has been emailed to the outside contractor. Again, all the details as necessary for the contractor to go to that and inspect that job. So come up there and come out of our email agent. I'll say no to that. And we're back to our job costing works order. Now after this has happened, we will obviously wait expectantly for a quote from the actual outside contractor and what his final decision was on the actual job. So if we say that the actual washing machine in this case was found to require replacement, if I spell it properly, that's replacement. That's what was found. So the washing machine needs replaced. So we'll wait for a quote. Wait for quote. Press F9 to save. Wait for quote. And that's our second part of the work order completed. We can actually put in a quotation if we wanted to. Email or raise a quotation to another contractor for a new washing machine, so you could go raise quotation, and up would come all the details required, and all we would do is pick up the contractor who we're emailing this to. So it would be Mike at plumbinguk.com. Okay, so all the details regarding the job is there for this particular contractor. So again, if we press F9 to save, and again click email estimating sheet, and again the emailing agent would come up and email this job to Mike at Plumbing UK. There we go. Please find attached quotation form. Please acknowledge receipt and email back with job details. This is 2 supply attachments, and this is for 16 Hawkhill Place. So we change that address to the plumbing address. So close that. Close the estimating sheet, and we've got an estimation sheet in the system now. Now if the estimator phoned us and said that the actual cost to replace this equipment was, say, £399, and we would say a new washing machine, yep, press F9, that would be the quote. Close that. Now if we accepted this quote, we just click on OK to accept, and it's £399. Okay. If there was any labour elements attached, yes, where there was a call out charge for £17.48, so that'd be included in the job, and of course the system would work out what our uplift is on sending out a labourer to check this job. Material, equipment, national insurance, requisitions in case we need to create a purchase order, completion. Well, the job isn't completed yet. So what we've got in stats is at the moment £17.48, and we've put into material this quotation, which is for £399 into material. We don't have a product ID, we'll just put in washing machine. Quantity 1, there's no bin card number for this, it's an outside contractor. Material is £399 from the supplier, and our uplift would be 30%. We'd make £119, and we charge the landlord, including VAT, £609.47. Save that, and if you go to completion now, and we will now instruct the supplier to go ahead with that job. So the supplier goes ahead, we would put in supervisor's report, supplier fitted machine and line signed by Joe. There we go. Was there any non-productive time? No, because it was an outside supplier. Any cost codes involved? Not at this particular time. The job start date was the day before, so we'll say it was the 7th, sorry, the 8th, and the job finish date was the 9th. So that job is now complete. So we will now save the job, and if we're happy with all the elements that went in, i.e. the cost, the profit, the gross to the landlord, we then go into completion and finalise the invoice totals, because unless you finalise the totals they will all show 0, and you can't print an invoice and you can't email the invoice to the landlord. So finalise invoice totals, press that, and you'll see there's material net, and material net. Material net was from, labour net was from labour, and we actually used the plumber charges £25 labour, so we actually changed this by going to completion and unpost invoice totals, which would zero everything again to allow you to put your password in, and it would unpost any totals that you put in. So this would allow you to put in any other elements that you had forgotten about. So completion, so again we finalise invoice totals, puts in the labour £50, and it puts in the material 518.70, and that obviously includes our uplift, and it puts in the VAT element. So at this point we can email the invoice to the landlord, let's give that a minute, and there we go, take that out, and we'd put in the email address. It may be a different address from what we've got in the system. Please find attached invoice for work completed at the address above 16 Hawkill Place, and it's job number 1, job costing 1. So come out there for a moment, say no to that, and that is us completed the job, sent the invoice to the landlord. He is now due us £666.97. Into statistics, you can see that we've spent 1 hour labour. It costs us 25. 1 for material costs us 399. Our uplift in that gave us a net profit of 144.70. This is the invoice that the details the landlord would see, and that is job costing. So we close job costing. Now we've got the details, work detail, decided that plumber was required to inspect, it was completed, start date and end date. Close job costing, and back to our dashboard.